Hi everybody, welcome to the presentation of Masaryk University Faculty of Informatics that aims to inform you about the prospects of studies, in English obviously, at the Faculty of Informatics, both at the master and PhD level. The program of our presentation, there will be a blend of physical, for you virtual, but live presentations, as well as several pre-prepared videos, because we'll have here participants from countries as close as New Zealand. It's as follows. First, I'll provide you with the basic information about the Faculty of Informatics. Then I will introduce you to the master degree programs, their concept and fundamental structure. We will introduce you to the 3 master programs that we offer in English. After that, we'll expose you to the PhD program that we offer at the Faculty of Informatics. We will share with you experience of one of our master student graduates and current PhD student. And towards the end, we will give you a virtual tour through a video through one of our labs. And last but not least, we will give you an exposure to a foreigner that did not study anything at the Masaryk University. However, she worked for several universities in the UK, as well as Masaryk University, and she will give you her perspective of life in Brno and of Masaryk University from true foreigner's perspective. So first of all, let me open with the overview of master programs. My name is Vašek Matyáš, and I'm actually Vice Dean responsible for full programs at the master level in English. There may be several good reasons why a Faculty of Informatics could or should be a good choice. First of all, great employment prospects, both in the region for those who decide to stay after their master studies in Brno or the wider region. Second, then prospects anywhere else in country, in Europe or elsewhere. As far as I am aware, we have got graduates permanently in all continents but Antarctica. Temporarily, we have our graduates even in Antarctica on some of the expeditions that go sometimes with the research teams of Masaryk University. The offers that we can provide with respect to various research labs, I believe will bring you towards leading topics of research, exposure to current trends and achievements at a level that only few universities in the region can compete with. Our teaching is focused on analytical thinking, and it's based on exposing the students to the discussions with the staff, with the faculty. And we are proud to base it on a very solid cooperation with the industry. We cooperate closely on permanent basis with 30+ companies that we organize into our Association of Industrial Partners. And we are proud of having every year about 100 theses at the bachelor master level that are done in a very close cooperation with the industry. Last but not least, as you will hear at the very end of these presentations, Brno is a nice city to live in, and its location in the heart of Europe gives you an exposure to various opportunities. We would hope that mainly to those that will be related to the study and that will drive you towards the successful completion of the study. Last but not least, let me tell you that the region is sometimes called as Silicon Valley of the Czech Republic. Masaryk University is faring reasonably well in various rankings. Here you have 2 of them. It's not one of the top dozen universities in the world, On the other hand, you are not paying the top dozen fees in the world. Masaryk University typically ranks within the first few hundred universities in various university rankings. And in terms of the master program exposure, we can give you an opportunity to go into 3 master programs. The first one, Visual Informatics, that will be presented to you in about 10 or 15 minutes. Second, Computer Systems, Communications, and Security. That is a program that I will introduce you to because it's a program that I am managing. And a program in Software Systems and Service Management, where the guarantor of the program recorded a short video for you, since he is sitting in the final state exams for the master students actually today. We believe we have these following unique selling points for the individual 3 master programs. I won't be going through all of them. You have them on the slide. And you can decide whether you find attractive or more attractive program A or program B or program C. And then you can grasp definitely what is more interesting on that program or this program. When we will go to present you with the insights into PhD programs, we will show you that our PhD program consists actually of 2 possible focus areas or specializations. One goes towards the fundamentals, another one towards applications. And as you can see from various conferences, this is a screenshot that we took at one of the conference summaries and paper awards. Very often we can achieve with our research and our outcomes things that are truly comparable to the world level. The student profile and admission is as follows, and this relates to those, namely, who get to ask, or from whom we get to be asked, what kind of profile should I have if I intend to be a successful student or graduate from a master program at the Faculty of Informatics? You definitely should have solid exposure to programming. We do not really care much whether it's language A or language B or language C, but ability to program in at least 2 languages is definitely a solid foundation and a good start. Ability to program in at least 1 extremely well is a necessity, I would say, to be successful in master studies. Knowledge of algorithms, fundamental knowledge of computer systems, computer networks, and basics of software engineering in most programs would be highly beneficial. Definitely at least in those that are offered in English. And also logic at the level offered at the faculties of computer science/engineering in the first year of bachelor studies is definitely a solid foundation that you will find extremely useful. And knowledge or some exposure to either databases or automata, graph theory, machine learning or artificial intelligence, compilers, or some advanced mathematics is definitely increasing your chance to succeed at the Faculty of Informatics. For some programs, it may be necessary to have 2 or 3 of these. For some programs, you can fare reasonably well, but you may have to study a little bit more than the others if you are not scoring in any of these. The profile of our successful applicant essentially is as follows. In the given area, or what we call specialization in the following presentations, you should have taken 2 or 3 courses at the bachelor level that exposed you either to networks, or graphics, or software engineering, as you will see. And you must be ready to take 2 or 3 courses of that kind with us that will prepare you for the more advanced level that we are sometimes expecting in most of the specializations. And the ability to pass certain threshold. The threshold may be entrance exam as such. It the entrance exams you can do remotely, no problem with that. Or the threshold in being able to put together a convincing file for the waiver application. On the link provided on the slide, you have information what levels or what requirements we have for the waiver. And one of them, for example, is to show a publication such as your bachelor thesis or participation in a solid research publication, certain level of English proficiency, and so on and so forth. And the ability to put these together also can lead you to a successful entrance to master studies at the Faculty of Informatics. There are various scholarship opportunities. However, on average, it should be expected for the master students when they arrive, in most of the cases, to fund their studies at the beginning on their own. At the master level, we provide only exceptionally scholarships covering the tuition, and even more exceptionally to students from regions occasionally like Belarus and others. We may be able to provide some additional funding, but in general, be ready to have funding on your own, at least for the first year. Then if your record is convincing, you can assist in research, in some of the research labs. You may get some additional funding, but don't rely on that, would be my message. We have various kinds of scholarships. We do qualify for the federal student aid loans for the US students. You may be eligible to apply for the International Visegrad Fund, where we have several students funded every year. And when we speak then of PhD program, then it's a considerably different question. There we are able to provide some funding at the PhD level, as you will hear later on. Here you have two profiles of our international students from Cambodia and from India, whom, as far as I know, as far as I read from the interviews, the first one is actually my current PhD student doing the PhD studies remotely from India, together with IIT Madras in Chennai. They were extremely happy with the studies at Faculty of Informatics, and you can definitely even read the interview with Kamita Chim in the most recent issues of Masaryk University News. So, at this moment, I would like to give you an exposure what Faculty of Informatics looks like, how do we look inside and around, and we'll play you a short video for that purpose. Great. So now you have seen what Faculty of Informatics at Masaryk University in Brno looks like, what it looks from the outside and mainly from the inside. And now let me introduce you to the first master program that we offer in English. It's a program that I am personally responsible for, Computer Systems, Communications and Security, where we aim to expose students to the fundamentals of each areas from the following: hardware, software, networks, and security. After that, the students choose from the 4 following areas of specialization, basically that follow the pattern that I described before: hardware, software, security, or networks. Unfortunately, the program in networks is not offered in English at the moment. The other 3, software systems, hardware systems, and security, definitely are offered in English, and we have quite a number of international students in all 3 of them. The sample specialization that I would choose, since I'm doing research in computer security, would be the security one, where we are actually having one of the most popular master programs at the Faculty of Informatics. As far as foreign students are concerned, we have about 100 graduates. Maybe I should have updated the slides. Now we are probably scoring above that. From the Armed Forces of India, we expose the program to students from South Africa, many countries of the former Soviet Union, and so on. Last but not least, the program graduates are also quite successful when considering PhD studies and solid PhD research. The core courses cover security aspects in hardware, security coding, system verification and assurance, cryptography at both fundamental level and applied level. And we are strongly gearing towards exposing those students who wish to get that exposure to gain hands-on experience with finding flaws and, if possible, countering the flaws in various systems. However, if such students decide to be more oriented towards cryptography and keep it more or less at the level between theory and with some hints of application, we are definitely able to cater for this as well. It's a program where we are extremely successful, I believe, in involving master students in leading research. All the 3 papers that I'm showing here, and these are papers that scored either Best Paper or Real World Impact Awards at top-ranking academic conferences. This is something like bringing a medal from the European Championship or World Championship or something like that. This is what the academicians score A-star or A conferences. All 3 of them were done with non-trivial involvement of master students, and we are extremely proud of that. So let me now expose you, with the assistance of Tomáš Pitner, to the second master program that we offer in English.
So welcome everybody. My name is Tom Pitner. I'm guarantor of the study program Management of Software Systems, Services and Cybersecurity. This study program is a combination of 3 specializations, which would allow you after graduation to manage IT-based and service-oriented businesses or serve in public administration as well as lead cybersecurity teams. Primarily, the program has been established about 15 years ago based on the concept developed by IBM and companies who actually recognize the importance of software services, or in general the services in today's economy, and proposed the concept of studies that would lead to development of so-called T-shaped professionals, which means that you gain a deep knowledge in a certain specific area, which in our case is IT, and related. And a part of that, you will also create the T, which means the roof is a combination of soft skills, management competencies, and things that would allow you to lead teams, to run or your own business, to be able to help to create innovative services, to collaborate as well as internationally. And so if you come to join us, you will learn how to create and manage digital services, how to run your own businesses, because you will be in Brno, so you can also use the innovation ecosystem, which is present in Brno. Therefore, Brno is called the Silicon Valley of Czech Republic. As part of the study program, you will also develop your soft skills, which allow you to communicate within teams, including international ones. Therefore, we offer also this study program in English as well as in Czech. You will also, as a very important part of the studies, develop your skills and practice them during half a year stay, interim project in a company, in industry, or in an office of public administration. And last but not least, because part of this study program is aimed at cybersecurity, so you will have the opportunity to train your cybersecurity skills in our KaiPo cyber range, which is a unique environment for developing and training how to resist, build resistance against cyber attacks, and how to train the processes that are behind it. The program in general has 3 specializations. The first one is management of software systems, which is aimed at the operations that are needed to lead a team that creates either smaller or larger software systems and services. The second specialization is aimed at services per themselves, so about the creation, marketing, running, and maintenance of services predominantly based on IT technology. And it was the original base of the entire study program, originally developed by or based on the IBM concept on service systems. And the third is the management of cybersecurity. As a very short introduction into the obligatory courses which are offered during the program. So as you can see, there is a combination of knowledge and skills in both IT, mathematics, primarily statistics, where you will learn how to prove the statistical hypotheses, which are, of course, closely connected to working with data. As you can see, a substantial part of the program is aimed at project management. It's also oriented to cybersecurity, so you will learn about applied cryptography and you will develop your soft skills. Specifically, or namely for the service-oriented specialization, you will learn how to manage businesses in reality, how to manage IT services, how to do IT governance, what is management by competencies, and how to do strategic management. The study program also bases on courses or specializations from other faculties, such as the Faculty of Law, because you will learn the theory of cyber law, cybersecurity law, online communication, but also, if you want, you can do also much more technical stuff, such as secure network design, security technologies, and stuff like that. That's all from myself, and I'm looking forward to see you here at the Faculty of Informatics.
Okay, hello and welcome at the back live. And it's my great pleasure I can introduce our third study program, English study program on Visual Informatics. So Visual Informatics, it's a field which in principle works with visual information. So it's related to all the things like image video, or images, videos, and also for preparing the 3D data and visualizing 3D data, presenting the data, and all other study fields that somehow deal with the visual information. The mission of our program is to prepare students for acquisition, processing, analysis, presenting, rendering of visual information, mainly in the form of all the forms that I mentioned. So it's images, videos, volumetric scenes. Our study program is divided or offered to the students in 4 different specializations, where 3 of them, these 3 are offered in English, and the last one is offered only in Czech. The specializations differ in various respects. So the first specialization, computer graphics and visualization, is focused, as the name suggests, to all the things that are related to computer graphics. So it means mainly to 3-dimensional and volumetric models and how to deal with these large models and this large dimensionality data, how to visualize them, etc. The second specialization, image processing and analysis, is a specialization that deals with images and videos. So the main goal here is to really analyze this kind of data and extract information, visual information out of them. The third specialization, computer game development, is a specialization that is slightly similar to computer graphics in a sense that the students will get good background in 3D graphics, but the distinguishing factor is that in this specialization the students go in the direction of development and design of computer games, but in general also to contemporary multimedia software. And the last specialization that we offer in this study program is graphic design that is focused on digital media and high-quality graphic design and all the related disciplines like typography or visual communication. So if you are interested in any of these specializations and will come to our faculty, then you will be exposed to these core courses that are all common to all 4 specializations. And these courses, the main purpose is to give you a good, strong background in computer graphics, which includes graphics things and 3D modeling. But we have also a group of courses that goes more to the theory and mathematics, including neural networks, which are quite important in processing visual information nowadays. Then a couple of mathematical courses, but also we have theoretical courses on algorithms and data structures, which help students to understand the principles and work with the visual information. And there are also some courses related to the design and work with the visual information, and also a course focused on human-computer interaction. So these are the core courses, and the important part of our study program, I think, is that all the specializations are in close collaboration with the research and art groups that are present at our department. These are listed here. And what is, I think, very important is that in all the specialization, if you come here and start working here, you will be exposed to practical projects where you can try all the hands-on experience and work with the with your gained experience, try it whether it works or not. And as Vašek also mentioned already, all the students have opportunities to work with industry partners in many different ways, and it is true also for this specialization. So if you are interested in processing visual information, don't hesitate and come to our faculty where you can learn about it more. Thanks for your attention.
Hello. My name is Petr Hliněný. I am the guarantor of the PhD studies at this faculty. I would like to introduce you our offer to do your PhD in all of computer science here. So for whom is a PhD study? That's for those who want to become real experts with in-depth knowledge of their field. Yet not only those who just learn what others already know, but those who want to get new knowledge, who want to push the boundaries of knowledge. So for those, we offer our PhD program. So we have a 4-year PhD program in computer science. It covers all computer science areas. It's offered to all graduates which already have master's degree. Unlike the master's degree program prerequisite is said here, we don't expect you to be a skilled programmer. Actually, the topics studied in PhD level of computer science are so diverse that many our students actually do hard computer science research without ever touching programming or computer hardware. So the list of topics is really broad. It covers everything ranging from purely theoretical studies through computing methodology to topics relevant to applied research and development in information technologies. So about that, PhD study is more about research work than study. Yeah, with that it goes that we do not see you or PhD candidates as students, but more like our colleagues in research. So that means that you not study much, you do not have many courses, there are only very few basic courses you have to take about general things, but you mainly are expected to actively participate in research projects of your advisors, to collaborate with others, both other students and faculty members at the faculty, and so on. So it's about research. And currently we have over 20 established research groups at the faculty. You can find the full listing on the web. And since computer PhD study is more about research work, you are entitled to decent funding for doing this research work. Everybody who is an internal PhD student, that means he roughly sits here at the faculty building and does the study here, is entitled to the basic flat rate doctoral stipend of 12,000 crowns per month, plus additional flat rate of 4,000 crowns for publication activity, which is granted for the first year without additional requirements, and for subsequent years you get it automatically if you have publications, reasonable publications. Then there are additional funds which are assigned by your advisors. On average, PhD students are getting about 3,000 crowns additional stipend monthly by decision of their advisors. And then your advisors have their own project money which they pay you. You should ask your potential advisors about that. So there are pretty good financing opportunities. It is good enough to do comfortable life here in Brno during study for a single person. So about this, let me go further. Since the PhD study is about research, doing research within our research groups, I'm showing a small fragment of a big chart of our research groups and research topics. You see in the rows we have some of our research laboratories that fit into this fragment, like adaptive learning, systems dialogue, service systems, human-computer interaction. I don't know how much you can read from this. And on the columns you see the basic topics by ACM computing research classification, like artificial intelligence, computer systems organizations, computing in life and medical sciences, hardware, human-centered computing, mathematics of computing, that's my favorite area, and so on. It's a small fragment. You find the full listing on the web, where you can choose the topics you would like to study. You can see which groups do research in these areas, and you should contact the groups to ask for opportunities to study. And just lastly, to show a few graduates, I'm randomly picking some international graduates. The first one is actually one pretty old guy, one of the first graduates at this faculty, Han Te Than, who graduated in 2001. And like every computer scientist should know this name because he's the author of PDF Tech, the variant of Tech that everybody uses nowadays. Then another graduate, Andriy Stecko, from 2012. He's a good example how to actually put together highly scientific research with industrial applications and with practical computing. And just to lastly mention one of my students, Onur Karici, graduated just a few months ago in last October. He graduated in theoretical computer science, and right now he does his postdoc in Toronto. So thank you. If you want to come and do PhD study, please select your topic, contact potential advisors, and come here. Thank you for your attention.
So hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Martin Macák. I am also talking about the PhD, but from my point of view as a PhD student. So let me share some experience I have. First question you might want to ask is whether a PhD is a good idea for you. There are several expectations from you in PhD. Like, for example, usage of the space of creativity that the faculty gives you. It is not as easy as writing a bachelor thesis where you get some list of tasks, you just do it and that's it. But here you are expected to more drive your study yourself and let the supervisor just supervise you. So do not expect it to be so easy that you just do some tasks. Then you can use the potential that faculty gives you to extend the state of the art, to push the boundaries of research. Then the next expectation is for you to take responsibility for your research and to have an ownership of your results. You can have some results that are yours, and it doesn't have to be something like physical, like robot, it can be, but it can be some algorithm, some methodology, approach, proof, anything like this. And you are the one responsible for it, and you should be aware that it should be the best as it can be. Then, very important thing is that in PhD it is expected for you to read a lot and write a lot, because you read a lot to gather the information for your work, and you write a lot because you have to produce results. Then, lastly, maybe very surprising is important interaction with people. You have to, for example, make some connections with other researchers. You have to know how to sell your work, sell your results, and things like this. So now you know whether you are a candidate for PhD, but let's talk about what can PhD give you. First of all, at least for me, it's great to contribute to the pool of human knowledge and to somehow push the boundaries of research. If you are looking for more, let's say, selfish advantages, you will get a deeper knowledge in a chosen subject of study that only a few experts in the world know, then you will also become part of international network of researchers. You will find a lot of other researchers that can help you with your work. You can cooperate, you can discuss your research. Furthermore, you will learn many useful skills. For example, how to find a research question, how to find a gap in the state of the art, and to think more about the improvements that can be done everywhere. When there will be some deadlines, you will also learn how to work under pressure, because if there's a deadline in 1 week and you have to produce a result for the conference, for example, you just need to do it, and there's no other way. You can also work with someone, you can supervise other people, you can find some students that can help you, or work with your teammates in the lab. So it's a great opportunity for this. And lastly, you can also learn how to present and defend your work results and tell the others why is your research important and your results. Because if it's not something useful, then nobody will give attention to you. So these are also very important things. Lastly, we also get some letters after your name, so also something. What to expect from PhD? There is a lot of things you can expect from PhD. We don't have so much time to go through all of this. There will be a lot of fun, there will be a lot of traveling, there will be a lot of learning, writing, and things like this. Maybe I would emphasize that also there will be several failures there, and it's completely normal. From the failures you can learn, you can make your research better, so it's completely normal to sometimes be rejected or things like this. So if you have any questions, there are a lot of topics here, you can just ask in Slido and then I will answer everything. So lastly, some quick myth busting, which is connected to PhD. Many people think and are afraid to come to some supervisor because they think they have to have a great topic and they cannot change it at the beginning. The truth is that you can also come to some supervisor without a topic and ask him whether he has some topic, or you can have some idea and together with the supervisor you can come up with something. So it can keep forming the few first semesters and something like this. Also, supervisor is very important. I recommend you to go through the list of all supervisors at our faculty and choose maybe multiple to go discuss with them, and you will see how it will go. You do not need to be afraid that you will work alone. You will have a team in the lab. You can recruit some students, as I mentioned. It will be great. Also, you do not need to teach a lot if you don't want to. It is somehow recommended, and I think it's good to fish for some new students that are very skillful, and you can introduce them to the art of research. So it's a great opportunity, I would say. And the last myth, and the most important for some, is that you will not have enough money, but you will. As Professor Holieni showed, there is a lot of money for you, and where there was those question marks, there can be a big sum of money. You can have some stipends, projects, you will get money from teaching. You do not need to find some other work while you are doing PhD, because if you are doing it correctly, you will not need it. So thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I will gladly answer them.
Ahoj, moje jméno je Bára Kostíková.
Já jsem Jirka Chmelík.
A vítáme vás na společné prezentaci laboratoří interakce člověka s počítačem a HCILAB, kde se zabýváme vizualizacemi dat.
Rádi bychom vás na následujících minutách seznámili s tím, co vás může v našich laboratořích během vašeho studia na Fakultě informatiky potkat.
V našich laboratořích pracujeme s různým vybavením pro komunikaci člověka s počítačem, jako jsou třeba zařízení pro snímání pohybu, 3D tisk či zařízení pro virtuální a rozšířenou realitu. Abyste tyto nástroje mohli vyzkoušet a naučili se pro ně vytvářet zajímavé aplikace, zajišťujeme v rámci našich laboratoří také výuku několika kurzů zaměřených na počítačovou grafiku, vývoj her či vizualizaci dat. V
kurzech počítačové grafiky se naučíte a vyzkoušíte si základní principy vykreslování dat i pokročilé programování grafických karet. Naučíte se třeba, jak v počítači simulovat světla a stíny, jak vytvořit virtuální zrcadlo nebo jak simulovat mlhu či padající sníh.
Tyto poznatky pak využijete například v kurzech věnovaných tvorbě počítačových her. Zde se naučíte, jak hry navrhovat a vytvářet, což si rovnou vyzkoušíte i na vlastní hře. V rámci stáže v herním studiu můžete získat zkušenosti z praxe.
V kurzech zaměřených na vizualizaci dat se naučíte, jak správně zobrazovat a komunikovat různé typy dat, jak s nimi interagovat a jak za pomoci vizualizací podpořit datovou analýzu. V praktických projektech pak můžete poznatky aplikovat na data, která vás zajímají.
Úzce také spolupracujeme s ateliérem grafického designu a multimédií, který rovněž najdete u nás na fakultě. Studenti tak můžou ve vlastních projektech propojit znalosti z počítačové grafiky, vizualizací dat s uměním a designem v kurzech programování generativního designu či ve výtvarné informatice.
V neposlední řadě jsme také otevření vlastním studentským nápadům. Pokud si tak chcete vyzkoušet vlastní projekt na některém z laboratorních zařízení, můžete tak udělat v rámci semestrálního projektového kurzu nebo přijít s vlastním nápadem na bakalářskou či diplomovou práci.
V našich laboratořích také aktuálně probíhá několik výzkumných projektů, do kterých se v případě zájmu můžete zapojit.
Dlouhodobě se věnujeme vizualizaci molekulárních dat, a to jak v oblasti real-time vykreslování velkých molekulárních systémů, tak v oblasti vizuální analýzy, která usnadňuje práci chemikům, a to při vývoji nových proteinů či léčiv nebo při zkoumání struktury DNA. Zabýváme se také analýzou medicínských dat. Navrhujeme techniky pro analýzu výstupů z magnetické rezonance či metody, které podporují výběr vhodné radioterapeutické léčby pro onkologické pacienty.
Zkoumáme i využití virtuální a rozšířené reality v nejrůznějších oblastech, například spolupráci více uživatelů a výuka ve virtuální prostředí, rekonstrukce antropologických nálezů, návrh nanostruktur, či rozšířená realita pro potápěče. Spolupracujeme i s vědci z výzkumné stanice Johana Gregora Mendla na Antarktidě, kteří díky našim technikám mohou lépe analyzovat meteorologická data, jako třeba vývoj sněhové pokrývky během několika let.
Ve spolupráci s kriminalisty vyvíjíme nástroje pro analýzu záznamů o kriminálních činech, čímž pomáháme zpřehlednit vyšetřování. V rámci výzkumu také spolupracujeme s různými zahraničními institucemi, které se zabývají podobnými tématy. Pro studenty, které tyto témata zajímají, máme řadu možností pro zahraniční studijní pobyty v rámci programu Erasmus+. To je od nás pro dnešek všechno. Pokud se o našich laboratořích chcete dovědět více, můžete se podívat na naše webové stránky
nebo se podívat na virtuální prohlídku laboratoře, kde si můžete detailně prohlédnout vybavení laboratoře a dozvědět se více o našich výzkumných projektech.
Děkujeme vám za pozornost a budeme se na vás těšit.
Hello there, this is Santashri and I'm a member of the Faculty of Informatics. I have a very short video here to share life in Brno. This is from a pure foreign staff perspective. I'm a British Indian. I have been a former international student, so I know what it's like to be traveling from one end of the world to another. I'm sure the countries you come from all have great universities and education systems. So the reason you're choosing to study abroad is more than just great quality of education. You want to embrace the cultural experience and ideally not get into a huge debt. So Brno is a great city, and studying at Masaryk University means you get a great quality of education in a very cost-effective way. So I only have one more slide, and that will be sharing a couple of personal highlights from my time in Brno, so that you can get a real idea of what it's like living in the city through these photos, hopefully. So these photos on the top row of this slide are highlights for Brno as a city. We have everything, so it's a very big city. It's very compact. It's got castles, it's got nature reserves, obviously markets, including very local markets where you get a sense of local interaction and culture. The Shalina, which is a tram, which has been one of my personal favorites for Brno. If you like the outdoors, like me, it's a great city because there's like endless possibilities in terms of where you can walk. If you want to take up cycling or you're already a keen cyclist, it's also a great city for it, which is obviously something you may have gathered I like doing. If you like food, it's a great city to eat out. Overall, Czech culture is quite big on food, and eating out is a very food dominant country. So if you're a foodie, again, like me, it's a great option. And I guess being an international student, one of the kind of important factors, well, two important factors, is the safety. I can vouch for Brno being a very, very safe city. And the other one is potentially the convenience of a city. It's a big city, it's very compact, and it's very easy to get around. So you don't have to worry about investing in a car. I've lived there without a car. Buses, trams, it's just, yeah, very, very well connected. So I hope this is helpful. I hope these photos give you a bit of a taste of what it's like being in the city. I wish you the very best with your journey. From here on, good luck with your big decisions, and I really hope we get to see you and welcome you to our beautiful city of Brno. Thank you very much.
Okay, so welcome back, and let me take the questions that came online. The first one, is it hard to pass your master's study with bachelor degree from foreign university? Well, in general, it is not hard. In general, I believe we have about 30 to 40% of our graduates from our master programs are students who did their bachelor degree at a different university. However, there are certain expectations that you could have seen on the slide with the profile of the applicant. So some knowledge of programming, some knowledge of fundamentals definitely is extremely useful to undertake successfully master studies with us. We have here graduates of bachelor studies, I believe, from all the continents. We have seen them graduating, so it definitely is possible. However, if your bachelor studies were not computer science and engineering, there were a multidisciplinary study, then you have to consider how much of programming, how much of systems knowledge, or bits of necessary theory you have gathered through your bachelor studies. Second question, How long is the mandatory internship? Here I have to stress that the internship is mandatory at the program of Systems Services, Science and Engineering. For that program, there are two ways to undertake the internship. One way is if you go full-time, or I would say nearly full-time, we require here 80%, 4 days out of 5, presence at the company or institute where you do the internship. Then the internship lasts 1 semester or half a year. If you undertake it part-time, I believe 2 days per week spent at the company or institute, then it lasts 2 semesters. Third question, is it possible to work during the study? It definitely is. When we interview or poll students at the master level, we find about 80% of them working, most often part-time obviously, and we would never strongly recommend full-time engagement unless we speak here of master thesis being done with the industrial partner where the student is already working on the thesis topic, which may be possible during the last semester. Otherwise, we would be speaking of part-time study here, and we have 80% of our master students in the final year of the studies working somewhere part-time. We appreciate if the subject of the work is corresponding to the area of study, obviously, but the simple answer here would be yes, it is possible. I don't see any further questions. I don't see any questions from the audience. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope that you will consider Masaryk University Faculty of Informatics for your master studies. Thank you and good luck with your applications.